Welcome back to Reimagine 2020. I'm Yonah Hochhauser, and this is the word on the block for September 9th, 2020, powered by multi.io. Something interesting happened on Monday night. A yield farmer sent a 1 million USDT transaction to a vague project liquidity pool that provides a new farm token in return. Yeah, nowadays that's not so interesting. But the full story is that he by accident sent the 1 million USDT to the contract address instead of the proper deposit address of the pool he wished to farm. In case you don't know, most token addresses are controlled only by smart contracts that have locks in place that prevent them from taking undefined steps and therefore locking any tokens that are sent to it forever. So this guy is shit out of luck, right? Wrong. What happened that is interesting is that the CTO of Tether, the company that issues USDT, offered to help the user openly on Twitter, reminding everyone he can always freeze the transaction and credit the poor guy back his money. Well, maybe rich guy back his money, he sends 1 million USDT without double checking. This fact is a reminder that very few parts of this decentralized world we envision on the blockchain is actually very decentralized at all. Stablecoins have become a huge part of the cryptocurrency ecosystem, with USDT taking the number 3 spot in market capitalization. Here in this video, we're going to explore what powers the administrators of these stablecoins have, and if there are any alternatives out there that provide a real decentralized stablecoin. All US dollar-backed stablecoin issuers have to comply with FinCEN, that's the US Treasury Department's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network regulations, in order to be compliant with their statements that their tokens are really backed by US dollars seated in a trusted bank somewhere. The FinCEN regulations are pretty simple. The issuer must report any suspicious activity to the US government, and they must have the power to freeze transactions that can prevent illegal activities from happening. Currently, all 4 of the most used dollar-backed stablecoins in the ecosystem, that's USDC, USDT, PAX, and TUSD, are registered with FinCEN as money service businesses that forces them to follow standard AML and KYC regulations. This in effect means that in order for the stablecoins to be made available, the administrators must write in backdoor access to their smart contracts that allow them to freeze the balance of a wallet and blacklist the wallet from any new transfers of their tokens. What is the risk of all these powers? Well, the risk of this power is that any financial enforcement agency from the US government can give the stablecoin administrators permission to over 3 million crypto wallets with stablecoin balances, where they can just freeze all economic activity from happening on decentralized exchanges, and could even force centralized exchanges to require mandatory and strict KYC for anyone that wishes to withdraw any of the regulated stablecoins. The risk of this happening is currently pretty low, since the US government has actually been pretty understanding of the stablecoin technology and feels that the exchanges are doing a well enough job in not allowing any illegal activity from happening on their platform, especially the exchanges that provide fiat pairs. Now, even though this is currently a low risk, it does not mean that a US government agency cannot just decide one day to show up and make new enforcement that would basically force everyone to KYC in order to move their stablecoins. Financial regulations usually happen with little to no notice, and it has happened before, with online poker being a great example. So what are the alternatives? Stablecoins that are backed by cryptocurrencies do not have the freeze function built into their token. Crypto-backed stablecoins act more as a derivative of the US dollar and not a real US dollar. Therefore, they are not subject to those same regulations. The DAI stablecoin, for example, is the most popular and most widely used crypto-backed stablecoin. If we ever see a day where dollar-backed stablecoins become more strictly regulated, the amount of DAI that will have to be minted to match its demand can create a very bullish case for Bitcoin and Ethereum, since there'll have to be more of their supply locked into the smart contracts to issue that sweet, sweet stablecoin DAI. But it does have drawbacks. The drawback of crypto-backed stablecoins is if you send $1 million like this guy to the wrong address, they are lost forever. A risk that for many people is worth taking in order to avoid waking up one day to a big surprise from the US government that has decided to freeze their stablecoins. Choose your poison, I guess. Which stablecoin do you prefer? US dollar backed, but Uncle Sam's got a backdoor, or crypto backed? And if you fuck up, well, that's on you. Let us know in the comments below. For Reimagine 2020, I'm Yonah Hochhauser. Make sure to check back here for all the latest blockchain news, interviews, and more. That was your word on the block. Peace.